Bruh. Hello. Hello. That was a little loud. All right, well, I'm here. Dink, dink, dink. Make sure I got everything done on mine. We'll get going here. Okay. All right. Dr. Dynastic is live tonight, so going to be a limited crowd here. But good news, like the or fun news. I don't know if anybody enjoys this. I do, so I'm going to have fun doing two play-by-plays tonight. Diamondbacks at Brewers. I couldn't decide between the two, so I figured, what the hell? Let's do them both. So stream might take a little bit longer than normal, but that's all right. Let me get the exports pulled while I'm talking. All right. So yeah, we are going to do two games. Day one of the sim, we'll have the Diamondbacks and Brewers, and day four of the sim, we'll have the White Sox and the Blue Jays. Common thread here: first place teams in their respective divisions. A couple of NL teams on day one, couple of AL teams on day four. Could be playoff previews in both cases. Yeah, so that's fun. We're going to do that. Brewers leading the NL Central. Diamondbacks leading the NL West. White Sox leading the AL Central. And the Blue Jays leading the AL East. Okay. Oh, not bad. Yeah, pretty bad attendance. It's going to be nice, but maybe 50%. Nurse having some computer problems, so he's excused, but everybody else can get their act together. Let's see, did we get, we got a Milwaukee export. We did not get an Arizona export, though. That's a bummer. All right, so let me make sure. I'm always a little bit worried about that. Also, when you guys drop sounds, when you play sounds for channel points, now I will hear them. I fixed that crap, so wasn't paying attention there, or wasn't able to pay attention because I wasn't hearing it, but now I can. So for the Vic Legina 76, who's been dropping sounds and I've been ignoring them, I can now hear them. Raffle starting, 25,000 booster points. Didn't do the okay, we got activity Didn't do the intro here. We are Major League Managers, MLM. We've been playing since 2016. This league was established in 2016. And we are in the 2054 regular season. We're headed towards the playoffs. It's late August, August 21st of 2054. Standings look like this. Blue Jays leading the AL East by 15.5 games. White Sox 32.5 games ahead of the Kansas City Royals in the AL Central. Magic number is 9. Possible we see a division championship this sim, but not entirely likely. Oakland leads the AL West by a half a game. NL East, the Braves back on top, defending Major League champions. Have a 2.5 game lead over the Washington Nationals. Brewers 9.5 game lead over the Cubs, and the Diamondbacks tied, virtual tie with the Rockies, but Diamondbacks with a slightly better record, having played 2 fewer games than the Rockies. So that's where we are. That's what we're looking at. Let me make sure we don't have any other things going on here. Exclamation point join to get in the raffle. It seems like I'm probably talking to myself. Guessing everybody's listening to the doc. So I could say pretty much whatever I want. Nobody's even gonna blink. No major streaks going on right now. But hey, Evan Almighty's here. How about that? Welcome in, Evan. We're good to go. We don't have any. Cavicom's live too, but he's playing some wrestling. Staff auction. We're good on staff auctions. No trades because the trade deadline is passed. So we're ready to go. Let's do this. We have a full slate of games today. Like I said, we're going to be watching the Diamondbacks and Brewers. That's a 7:10 Central start, so evening game. Murphy Quirk facing Mike Moon. So let's get this going. Make sure I got Stat Plus running. Yep, there it goes. All right, we're live. Okay. Start this real-time sim. We're gonna go a little bit fast, get ourselves to 7 p.m. Since we're watching 2 games, real-time sims will fly by a little bit. Boston out to an early lead over the Yankees. 3 solo home runs in the first inning. Ikeda, Price, and Taylor. Cleveland ties it up in the 9th and wins with a walk-off Larry Martell home run, beating Detroit 4-2. Butch Kaiser 2 home runs in the game for Houston. Getting closer to game time here. That was quick, as we knew it would be. Mark Reek 4 hits in the game for California. They beat Houston 13-7. That's a big. I said, the Arizona-Milwaukee game 7:10 is our target on this day. Dominic Hasek II. It's a 2-run home run. Toronto leads Baltimore 2-0. One pitch, one out for Mike Moon. Barry Tuckfart flies out. Always the risk. Rob Deeren, the headlights, is in the house. Welcome in. All right, we are looking at a poor excuse for Miller Field. Unfortunately, no slide or anything. I believe this is Miller Field, but it's sort of messed up. Maybe not. Yeah, I think it is. Just everything's gone. Like somebody blew the wall off of the outfield. Anyways, that's fine. Again, yeah, first place teams, Diamondbacks and Brewers. The visiting Diamondbacks send Perry Tuckfart out at first base to lead off. He's seen one pitch and recorded a flyout. Alec Thorpe, the catcher, bats second. Catalomomi Kelakolio at third base, bats third. Ron Mills is in left field, cleaning up. Alois Wolf is the shortstop, batting fifth. David Wright Jr. in second base, bats sixth. Mark Peckermark in center field. Jim Zucco is the DH, and C.J. Beavers, the right fielder. 40-year-old C.J. Beavers hitting .312. Rounds out the lineup for Milwaukee, the home team, first place in the NL Central. Jose Lopez plays right field, leads off. Louis Thorpe Jr. in center. Danny Stricker in left field. Bartholomew Chambino in second base, cleans up. Shiel Palsterman's at shortstop, bats fifth. Andy Bushland, the first baseman. Cesar Braceda is the DH. Benjamin Brown at catcher. Jesse Scott is the third baseman, hitting ninth. On the moon for the mound. On the moon for the Brewers is Mike Mound. No, on the mound for the Brewers is Mike Moon. Mike Moon is 31 years old, right-handed starting pitcher. 22nd start of the season, a clean 3.00 ERA, 129 innings pitched. He struck out 105 batters, 33 walks, 15 home runs, 1.5 wins above replacement. He features a very good fastball, solid slider, curveball, cutter combination, and a changeup that he would rather not talk about. He does a good job holding. He does a good job all around. He's an above average starter in all facets of his game, but in particular, limits the walks, limits damage by limiting walks. So he has dealt with Perry Tuckfart already. Now he will face Alec Thorpe with one out. The full count to Alec Thorpe. Swung on and missed. Strike three. 2 quick outs for Moon. He'll face Catalomomi Kelakolio now. 3-0 pitch to Kelakolio. Veteran and World Series champ takes ball 4. Ron Mills now with 2 outs and a man at first base. The 2-2 to Mills is swung on and missed. Came up and in on him. Swung underneath it. Rob, congratulations on the booster points. 25,000. Nothing doing for Arizona in the top of the first. Bottom of the first, Murphy Quirk is on the hill. Murphy is a 30, almost 31-year-old Irish left-hander. 27th start of the season. His ERA sits at 2.55. This guy has won 3 Cy Young awards since he came up. He's a Diamondback for life so far. Yeah, 27th appearance, 2.55 ERA. He struck out 150 batters in 165 and 2/3 innings, 36 walks, and just 9 home runs. He's an all-timer. His Cy Young awards came last year in 2053. 2 years before that in 2051, and then in 2048. 2048, he also won the World Series with the Diamondbacks. He will face Jose Lopez to start this game. The 2-1 to Lopez is hit on the ground to left side. That is handled by Wolf and sent to first for out number 1. Lewis Thorpe Jr. stands in, legend in his own right. Legendary family, legendary stat line, legendary burrito for Lewis Thorpe Jr. He's hitting .308 with 16 home runs on the season. The 1-0 pitch from Quirk is hit well into left field, but hangs up long enough for Ron Mills to get over and make the catch for out number 2. Danny Stricker now, hitting .256, the 0-2 from Quirk. Swung on a miss, got him a chase down and inside. Fastball at 96 miles an hour, and that will do it for the first inning. Top of the second, Alois Wolf, the shortstop. Moon's pitch, first pitch hunting. It's in the air on the infield. Counterpart Paulstermans will take care of that for out number 1. David Wright Jr. now, the 2-2 from Moon. In there at the knees, strike 3, looking right, just browsing. Nice curveball. Stayed in the zone. Mark Peckermark now with 2 outs. The first pitch to Peckermark. On the ground softly, right side. Easy play for Ciambino. And 1-2-3 again in the top of the second. Bottom of the second, Quirk to face Ciambino. The 1-2 pitch. On the ground sharply to third. Calicolio handles it. Gets it over to first on time. 1 down. Oh. Rob does double dip. Gets the 50,000 point gamble. We'll start another raffle for you too. Exclamation point join to get in on this. Andy, what's happening? To get an exclamation point join to get in on that raffle. 1 down. Falsterman's the 0-1 from Quirk. That is into right field. Lazy fly ball caught by Beavers near the line. Out number 2. Andy Bushland, first baseman, 0-2 count from Quirk. Is hit well, but almost right at CJ Beavers. 2 innings, no action so far. Top of the third, Jim Zucco to face Moon, the 0-1. Is hit over the head of the shortstop, Paulstermans, and drops in for the first base hit of the game. It's collected by Stricker and returned to the infield. CJ Beavers stands in, Zucco at first. The 0-1. Bunt attempt is a miss, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch on the ground, right side, could be. Will not. Yes, it will. A 4-6-3 double play. Ciambino, Paulstermans, Bushland gets him by an eyelash at first. So Moon gets a tough play. Slow roller. Caught or picked up just on the dirt by Ciambino, and a couple of good exchanges. Gets the throw over, and the Gold Glover Paulstermans at shortstop sends it to first to complete the double play. Perry Tuckfar back to the top of the order, 0-for-1 today. First pitch from Moon is popped up on the infield, drifting into foul territory, but just outside of the bag at third, and the play is made by Scott for out number 3. So a base hit, but nothing more. Quirk will face Cesar Braceda. The 3-0 to Braceda is low, ball 4. Stands at first with a lot of speed. Benjamin Brown at the plate. Brown hitting 172 on the season. The 0-1 to him is a bunt foul, 0-2 now. The 2-2 on the ground to third. Calicolio gets it to second. Fielder's choice. Right is right where he should be, and that is out number 1. Brown stands at first. He can also run. Jesse Scott at the plate. First pitch to Scott. Bunts it out in front of home plate. Tuck forward out from his stance and throws the second for the force. Thorpe gets it. Did I say Thorpe? Yeah, Alec Thorpe gets it to second in time. That bunt did not get far enough away from home plate to move the runner on. Jesse Scott stands at first, also with a lot of speed. Jose Lopez, the leadoff man, is now up. First pitch to him is on the ground up the middle, but ranging to his right is David Wright Jr. Ranging to his right is David Wright Jr. How many times can I make a pun out of his name in one inning? Right now, we will move to the bottom of the third, top of the fourth. Either way, no score. Alec Thorpe is at the plate, the lefty, to face Moon, the 1-0 pitch. Dribbler in front of the plate. His counterpart out to pick it up. Throw to first for out number 1. Catalamome Calicolio. First pitch from Moon is lined over the top of second base and into center field. It will be collected by Lewis Thorpe Jr. and returned to the infield. Second hit of the game for the Diamondbacks. Both of them bloop singles. Ron Mills at the dish. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Nice curveball from Moon is out number 2. In the inning. Alois Wolf, Gold Glove shortstop, stands in. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him to chase that one. It was a fastball, looked like. Yeah, fastball low. Got him to chase after it, so still nothing doing for Arizona. Milwaukee looking for their first hit against the 3-time Cy Young Award-winning Murphy Quirk. Lewis Thorpe Jr. as good a candidate as any to get it going. Full count from Quirk. He swung on and missed. Got him to chase a fastball low. For the third strike, Danny Stricker now. 2-2 pitch. That is hit high into right center field. Hangs up there long enough for Mark Peckermark to go over there and get it. Out number 2. Bartholomew Ciambino now. First pitch from Quirk. He's hit on a line into right field, but coming in to make the play is C.J. Beavers. So still nothing doing for Milwaukee through 4. Top of the 5th, Moon has thrown 44 pitches. Been pretty efficient so far. David Wright Jr. stands in. 2-0. Swung at a bad pitch there and popped it up. Easy play in right field for Jose Lopez. His cutter moving down and away from him on 2-0. Mark Peckermark now. 1 out. Full count from Moon. Hit, and that's going to be a bloop single that falls in for Peckermark. So 3 hits against Moon, none of them particularly heavy contact. Evan is in on the raffle. Exclamation point join if you want to get in on the 25,000 booster point raffle. Peckermark stands at first. After the bloop single, Jim Zucco has one of the other hits against Moon so far. The first pitch is in there for a strike. Peckermark is going, and he's going to be in safely head first. His 11th stolen base of the season and the first runner in scoring position today for either side. Zucco now the 1-2 pitch is hit on the ground, ate him up a little bit there. Falsterman's charging it short, gets it to first on time. Peckermark does move to third on the play, but there are 2 outs now. C.J. Beavers, base hit gets the scoring started. The 0-1 from Moon is past the catcher. Runner's going to come home, and he's safe. Becker marking under the tag. And Arizona takes a 1-0 lead here in the 5th. A little bit of small ball and then a wild pitch. Beavers, no more pressure. The 1-1 from Moon is on the ground, right side, left side. Ranging to his right is Shield Pulserman's. Backhands it, throws to first, and that is out number 3. But Arizona on the board. Bottom of the 5th inning, 1-0. Milwaukee still searching for their first hit. Shortstop Pulserman's at the dish. The 3-1 from Quirk is on the ground to third. Calicolio has plenty of time and gets it over to first. 1 down. Andy Bushlin, the 1-1. A line drive right at the shortstop, or just to his right anyways. Wolf makes the catch. That's out number 2. Cesar Braceda. Full count from Quirk, the pitch. Out in front of the plate, Alec Thorpe is there to pick it up and get it to first. 5 no-hit innings for Murphy Quirk. Perry Tuckford, top of the order, 0 for 2 today. The 1-0 from Mike Moon is hit on the ground. A lot of ground balls today. Bartholomew Ciambino makes quick work of it. That's out number 1. Alec Thorpe. Full count from Moon. Ooh, checks up, and that's inside ball 4. So Thorpe to first. Oof, just inside. Tough take with a full count. Calicolio now. The 0-1. Pitch is hit into center field. Coming in to make the catch is Thorpe. Be out number 2. Ron Mills to face Moon. 1-2 pitch. On the ground past the pitcher's mound. Picked up by the second baseman who's playing behind the bag. Ciambino. No, the shortstop, sorry. Falstrom's was playing behind the bag. Looked like a bare hand pickup. And throw to first on time. Still 1-0. Arizona, bottom of the 6th inning. Murphy Quirk has thrown 58 pitches through 5 innings. Extremely efficient and has not given up a hit. Benjamin Brown, his first assignment in the 6th. 0-1 pitch is on the ground left side. Calicolio has it on the grass and is over to first with it on time. 1 down. Jesse Scott, 0-1 from Quirk. Also on the ground left side. This one to the shortstop position, though, and that's not going to be an out. It looks like an error. Yes, it will be called an error. No hit on the play. Not sure if Wolf or... Oops. Not sure if it'll be Wolf or Tuckford that gets the error. Bad throw or inability to pick it up. One of the two. Let's take a look. Nope, it'll be on Tuckford. So the scorer guesses that Tuckford should have been able to pick that one. Rob wins again. He got in just in time, too. So, despite a walk and an error, Murphy Quirk's no-hitter stays intact for the moment. 1-out man at first base is Jesse Scott. Jose Lopez stands in to face Quirk. First pitch is on the ground right side. Could be. Nope. He's going to go straight to first with it. Did David Wright. And that'll be out number 2. So Scott stands at second. First base hit of the game for Milwaukee. Could produce a run. Lewis Thorpe Jr., the 1-2 from Quirk. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's 6 no-hit innings for Murphy Quirk. Top of the 7th, Alois Wolf. Will lead it off. Mike Moon has thrown 78 pitches so far. The 2-2 to Wolf. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Not a ton of strikeouts in this game. 6th for Moon, just 3 for Quirk. David Wright Jr. now, the 2-2. Strike 3. All I had to do was say it. 2 straight. That one was just in there. A couple of close calls on that outside corner, but both called after the first one. Can't blame anybody but yourself. Mark Peckermark stands in there, 2 outs. The 1-1 from Moon. No, Asahan in for the Brewers. So Moon's day is over. Pitched well. Asahan hits one right at the second baseman, Ciambino. And that will do it for the top of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th, Murphy Quirk to face Danny Stricker. Danny Stricker 0 for 2 with the strikeout today. The 3-1 from Quirk is popped up. Left side foul territory coming over to get it near the dugout is Calicolio, and he catches it for out number 1. Bartholomew Ciambino. The 2-1 to Quirk. From Quirk, I should say. In the air, center field, plenty of time. And there to make catch is Peckermark. Shield Polstermans, shortstop 0 for 2. The 3-0 from Quirk. Low, ball 4. Second walk of the day for Quirk. And he'll stare in at Andy Bushlin. The 3-0 to Bushlin is inside. 8 straight balls there for Quirk, and he's got 2 runners on now with Cesar Braceda standing at the plate. The 0-2 from Quirk. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So we got 7 no-hit innings for Murphy Quirk. They lead the game 1-0. Jim Zucco will face Asahan, who took over for Mike Moon last inning. On 32nd appearance of the season, he has 15 starts, the other 17 being relief appearances, including this one. 3.56 ERA, 89 strikeouts in 103 innings. His performance much better as a reliever. 17th appearance, 1.04 ERA. So he's been very good for the Brewers out of the bullpen. Zucco's up now with to lead this inning off. 2-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Blew that one by him. One out, CJ Beavers, 2-2 pitch. That is lined into right field. That'll drop in front of the right fielder Lopez for a base hit. 4th base hit of the game for Arizona. Beavers stands at first. Perry Tuckford, the 1-0. On the ground up the middle. Bobbled by the second baseman, Ciambino. First error of the game from Milwaukee. Beavers to second safely. And Tuckford to first. So first and second, 1 out. Diamondbacks trying to give Murphy Quirk some insurance. Alec Thorpe, the 1-1 pitch. On the ground, right side could be, will not be. Ciambino goes to first with it for out number 2. Ciambino almost another error as he did not make a good throw to Bushlin, but Andy handled it. Catalmome Calicolio base hit could plate 2 runs. Asahan staring in. The 2-2 pitch is ripped down the line. It will score 2. In the corner is where it's picked up by Stricker. Calicolio stands at second with a 2-run double. And the Diamondbacks now lead it 3-0. The error comes back to haunt the Brewers. Ron Mills now, the 1-2 pitch from Hahn. Sharply hit up the middle. But shading that way was Shield Polstermans, and he throws him out for number 3. Bottom of the 8th inning, Murphy Quirk has thrown 87 pitches. He is looking at a no-hitter so far. Benjamin Brown, the 3-2 count. Pitch from Quirk on the ground. Near second base, ranging to his right, is David Wright, and he gets there and throws out Brown. 1 down, 5 to go for a Quirk. Jesse Scott stands in the 0-2. Swung and a miss. Strike 3. 5th strikeout for Quirk. He will face Jose Lopez, leadoff man, hitting .292 on the season. The 2-0 pitch to Lopez is hit into left field, coming over and not making the play is Ron Mills. It goes over his head, and you can cancel the post-game show. 7 2/3 no-hit innings for Murphy Quirk. Jose Lopez says, nah, I'm not going to be no-hit today. Took that one the other way. Just out of the reach of Ron Mills for the first hit of the day for the Brewers. Lewis Thorpe Jr. going to try to keep the train moving with 2 outs here in the 8th. The 2-1 from Quirk is hit into right field. Lazy fly ball. Plenty of time for C.J. Beavers, and that is out number 3. So the no-hitter is gone, but the lead remains 3-0. Top of the 9th inning, Josh Markham into the game to face Alois Wolf. The 1-0 pitch to Wolf is ripped up the middle, of base hit. Collected in center by Thorpe and returned to the infield. A lot of speed at first base. David Wright Jr. is up, full count. That is hit well into left field, drifting towards the line, but caught. Hangs up and is caught by Stricker. Near the line, near the stands and the line in left field. Nicely done by Danny Stricker. It is out number 1. Might have saved a run. Mark Peckermark stands in the center fielder. 2-2 pitch. Inside out, through the gap between the first baseman and second baseman. He is going to try for second, and he's out. That's a very strange play. I bet you I'd get another. It's a very strange animation. I think the throw went to third and then came back to second, and that's where Peckermark was thrown. I don't know. Who knows? Or maybe that's not where the ball actually went. At any rate, it was a single thrown out at second. Wolf stands at third, 2 outs. Jim Zuko, the 2-2 on the ground, up the middle. Handled, though, by Falsterman's near the second base bag and throws out the runner. So, last chance for the home Brewers. They'll face Mike Osgood. Murphy Quirk's day is done. Osgood, 28-year-old right-handed closer for the Diamondbacks. 52nd appearance this season. 4.04 ERA, 55 2/3 innings, 52 strikeouts, 14 walks, 5 home runs. He's got a 3-run lead to protect here. Danny Stricker, the 1-1. On the ground, near short.
Silvera66 just resubscribed for 24 months. Thank you very much, Silvera66. We appreciate the support and we appreciate having you here.
Jimmy, 24 more months. 24 months. Jimmy. You're the man. Didn't you just resubscribe? Yeah, I mean, I have since turned down the sound on that part of the game, so I don't have to be scared of it. But still, I mean, wow, indeed. On the list of no doubters as far as home runs go, that one is, I mean, near the top, if not at the top. Osgood working in the 9th here, 1 out. His 2-2 to Chambino now. On the ground, right side, easy play for David Wright. Paulsterman's is up. Brewers down to the last bullet. The 3-1 from Osgood is ball 4. Not quite done yet. Second walk of the game for Polstermans. Bushland, the 3-1 from Osgood, is hit into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Cutting it off is Beavers. Holding it second is Polstermans, but the tying run is about to come to the plate. In the person of Cesar Braceda. We'll go pitch by pitch here. One swing could tie this game for the Brewers. First pitch from Mike Osgood is outside for no. Got the outside corner, and it's a good call. It was my fault. Strike 1. The 0-1 from Osgood. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. That was a cutter following up the fastball. 100-mile-per-hour fastball followed by a 94-mile-per-hour cutter. Braceda in the hole, 0-2. The pitch is low. Does not chase. Just low. Just below the knees and maybe a little inside. The 1-2 to Braceda is in there. He swings on it. It is on the ground. Easy play for a Lois Wolf. Flips to right at second. And Arizona in the battle of first place teams comes into Milwaukee and wins 3-0. Just 2 hits allowed by the Arizona pitching staff. One by Murphy Quirk. One by Mike Osgood. No runs. Diamondbacks win it. Player of the day, not surprising. Murphy Quirk. Quirk goes 8 innings, gives up just the 1 hit after 7 2/3 hitless innings. He walked 3, struck out 5. Got 10 groundouts, 9 flyouts. Game score for Quirk is 82. Mike Mood pitched well on the other side. Gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Asa Hahn gave up the other 2 runs. Neither one of them earned. Bartholomew Ciambino's error in the 8th paved the way for those 2 runs. But it didn't matter as the Brewers couldn't get on the board. Diamondbacks moved to 76 and 48. Brewers dropped to 72 and 51. Both teams remain in first place. Okay, we will activate that, and I'm gonna step away for a second, need a quick break, but I will let this play the rest of the day. Okay, I'm back. And it looks like all of the games are complete. Okay, your player of the day is Butch Kaiser of the Astros. Kaiser 3 for 5 with a double and 2 home runs. in a 13-7 loss against the Angels. Guys are 36 years old. First baseman for the Astros, hitting .230 on the season, on base .295, slugging .377, 14 home runs. So home runs number 13 and 14 for him on the season. We saw it. Murphy Quirk, 8 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts in the win against Milwaukee. Quirk, the legend. And Mark Riga, the Angels, 4 for 6 with a double and a home run in the 13-7 win over the Astros. Mark Riga, 27-year-old left fielder, nicknamed Elastic Man. Not having his best season. In fact, has not been great the last couple of seasons. It was pretty fair regular, 49-51, but has since dropped off. This is his worst season to date. 225, 240, 466 are the triple slash numbers. Does have 19 home runs, so he's propped up a little bit by that slugging percentage. Yeah. All right. Look at the standings here. Jays win. They remain 16 games ahead of the Expos, who beat the White Sox. White Sox suddenly lost 3 in a row. 88-34. They're still in first place, though, by a couple of games. Oakland has won 3 straight. Seattle loses and drops to a game and a half back in the West. They still hold the top wild card spot, though. NL side, Braves now lead by a game and a half. Nats have won 4 straight. Braves lose on this day. Brewers lost, but maintain an 8.5 lead over the Cubs. 8.5 game lead over the Cubs. Diamondbacks now lead the Rockies by a game, as the Rockies have lost twice in a row. All right. We move to the 22nd. Day 2 of the sim. Got a full slate of games. So let's get watching. I'm gonna fly through these because we're gonna do another live game yet. So happy for that pitcher's duel since we're doing 2 games, because it'll take a while if we got long ones. Raffle started. 25,000 booster points. 25 exclamation point join gets you in. It's free as long as you're you gotta be a follower. Atlanta beats the Dodgers 3-1. Arizona beats Milwaukee 7-1. Cubs over the Cards 1-0. Mets over the Phillies 5-4. Twins over the Royals 5-2. Seattle gets back to winning 7-0 over Texas. 4 hits in the game for Alex Juarez of the Reds. They lose to Pittsburgh 2-1 though. Miami 8, Washington 3 is a final. Baltimore 3, Toronto 2 is a final in 10 innings. Yankees 6, Boston 1 is a final. Cleveland 9, Detroit 2 final. Houston beats California 8-4. White Sox have lost 4 straight. Montreal wins that game 6-3. Larry Tuckfart's return to the rotation. And San Francisco beats Oakland 7-2, and Colorado beats San Diego 12-7. Jimmy says, come on folks, join Nurse's IBPF League. Trade with the AI from many sub-leagues within the file. Need more activity. The Federation has a handful of leagues within the file, and you can choose whatever level of competition you like. Message Nurse here to inquire. Player of the day is Ollie Strauss of the Rockies. I haven't said his name in a while. He went 3 for 3 with a home run, 5 batted in, 2 runs scored, 12-7 win against the Padres. Ollie's been around. He's only 24 years old. He has a World Series ring already. Having another nice season. Missed some of 2053 with injury. But back to his hitting ways. 292, 372, 510. Triple slash. That's an OPS of 882. Which is very good. Mitsuru Yamamoto of the Astros goes 3 for 3 with a home run. An 8-4 win over California, up and coming prospect, 21 years of age, in his second major league season, hitting 295, OPS 847. He's got 20 home runs and 22 doubles. This dude's got a bat. Raffle, 25,000 boost points. Jimmy's in. Exclamation point join. And the man who needs no introduction. Performer number 3 of the day is Javi Falcon of the Cubs. 8 innings, 6 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts in that 1-0 win over the Cardinals. Possibly the greatest player in the history of the file. Possibly the greatest pitcher in the history of the file. Fair argument to be made between him and Uncle Wacko. The Dirty Bird, though, nice day today. This is his 24th start of the season, 2.79 ERA for the Cubs. Not the same pitcher he used to be, but still, at 41 years old, this is pretty darn good. How many wins? How many wins does Javi Falcon have? Javi Falcon's major league win total is 387. 244 with Texas. Yeah, his ERA with Texas, 2.17 in 356 starts. Struck out 3,550 batters, had a whip of 0.89 with the Rangers. Spent a couple of years with Toronto before being waived and picked up by the Cubs. $5,342 strikeouts. Take a quick look and see where he sits versus just takes a minute to load. Stats Plus. All-time strikeout leaders in MLM, which includes Major League Baseball history pre-2016. Leader in wins is still Cy Young at 511. Unkai Wakamatsu is 455, and then down at 5th place is Javi Falcon. Actually, I don't know, Jimmy, if you knew this, if that's why you were asking, but that win, that 387th win for Javi Falcon ties him with... I don't think he was always fragile, but this ties him. That win ties him with Jeremy Hernandez, another MLM, Prince Jeremy, son of Felix Hernandez. Ties him at 387 wins apiece. They would be tied for 4th place behind Walter Johnson at 417, Unkai Wakamatsu at 455, and Cy Young at 511. So there you go, you learned something by asking good questions. Or maybe you knew already. Javi Falcon led the league in ERA 6 times when he was with Texas. He won 8 Cy Young Awards and an MVP in 2042. He was so good in 2042. 13.1 wins above replacement. Got him a Cy Young and MVP in 42. He repeated that. Oh, I'm sorry. It was before that. He also won the MVP in 2038 and 2039 with 15.3 and 16.3 wins above replacement. He was a monster. Absolute monster. His peak is untouched. Wakamatsu's longevity. I mean, Wakamatsu's peak is amazing. It's not. They both work, but Wakamatsu better for a little bit longer, or at his peak for probably a little bit longer. Falcon's while being a fragile human being. Well, we have plenty of those here. I don't think Falcon was fragile for most of his career. I think he might be now. Fragile human being, though, maybe. Yeah. With a nickname like the Dirty Bird, you just never know. Snowflake, maybe better nickname for Hobby Falcon. But an absolutely insane peak. 15.3, 16.3, 15.0 wins above replacement in 20, 38, 39, and 40. That is just insane. That's unheard of. 2.00 ERA, 1.73 ERA, 1.50 ERA in those years. 306, 360, and 402 strikeouts in those years. Jesus. It's not right. Oh, actually, no. Sorry. It's 360, 402, and 376 strikeouts in those years. Bonkers. Off the charts. And had a good day today. So. 4 straight losses for the White Sox. Falling apart. Falling apart. Playing a little bit of competition really hurts. Expos taking advantage. They've won 5 in a row. Sniffing around that top wild card spot. They're still 15 games back to the Jays, but they are now just a game behind the Mariners for that first wild card spot. Half a game ahead of the Orioles. 5 games ahead of the Red Sox. Pretty safely in the wild card for right now, especially if they keep winning games like this. Magic number for the White Sox down to 7. Still possible, so Royals keep losing. Gotta not suck, though. Gotta not lose games. 2 straight losses to Montreal. 3 straight losses to Montreal. And a loss to Milwaukee. So a sweep. Have we been swept yet? In the series? Damn it, Rob. The answer appears to be no. You butthole. Well, that doesn't feel good. Heaven Almighty. Were we ever able to use him? Stuff his head in the Hall of Fame? No, I think he's still. League canon is that he's still alive. I'm just going to go with that. I don't think he's dead. He's in the Hall of Fame. Played for the Cubs for a couple of years. Not sure whether anybody's aware of that, but he did. All right. Braves 2.5 game lead now. Milwaukee up 7.5. They've lost 2 in a row though. Diamondbacks still up 1 on the Rockies. Oakland maintains that half game lead over. Oh no, now just a half game lead. It was a game and a half before this day. There was 2 strikes. 2 strikes, not enough. Need 1 more. Fortunately, he threw 1 more. Just didn't make it to the glove. Bryce made it bye-bye. All right. Moving to August 23rd, Sunday. Short slate of games going on here. White Sox playing the Jays. Trying to get back on in the win column here. Let this run a little bit slow while I go take a break. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Holy cow, Yankees all over the Expos. 13-3. 13-3. White Sox beating the Jays. That's nice. See if they can hold on to that. Speed this up a little bit. Jays beaten by their old mate. As they say, hootin' tootin'. Late game's getting started. Yankees beat Montreal 16-6. Cats are significant. Solo home run. Arizona keeps winning 2-1 over Philly. Atlanta keeps winning 7-0 over Pittsburgh. Matt Lapthorn. 4 hits in the game for Texas. Bob Gavello leads that game with an injury. Texas wins at 7-5. Jose Lopez, 4 hits in the game. Milwaukee unloads on St. Louis in the 9th and win it 13-8. Alex Peguero. 4 hits in the game for San Francisco. They beat the Cubs 6-3. And Seattle beats Oakland. Big time win for the Mariners, 6-4-11. And they take a lead in that division. First place Mariners. Floyd William Goof, alive and kicking, 40 years old. Hits a home run, his 11th of the season in that game. Nice, nice, nice. Player of the day is Will Leslie of the Yankees. Threw the double and a home run, 5 batted in. 16-6 win over Montreal. 33-year-old Leslie won a great glove at third base in 2044 National League with the Cubs. John Brown of the Braves goes 8 innings, 2 hits. Sorry, I'm yawning. No runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts, 7-0 win against Pittsburgh. John Brown, 24-year-old, recently landed in trade from the Reds. He's got quite the arsenal. He's got 5+ pitches, one that's borderline plus. Slider, curveball, splitter, cutter, knuckle curve, and a changeup. Curveball and splitter are threatening to be even better. Since coming to Atlanta, 4 starts, 2.33 ERA, 27 innings, 23 strikeouts, 4 walks, 2 home runs. Promising young man. Matt Lapthorn of the Rangers goes 4-for-4 with a double and a home run. 7-5 win over Houston. 22-year-old shortstop. That's the promise. It's a rookie. 251, 312, 369, triple slash. He has good leadership skills and is dedicated to his craft. Well respected by his teammates. It's a ringing endorsement. Magic number 6 in Chicago. They get back on the winning side of things. Trying to help the Expos out after they helped them out for 3 days straight. Former Red, yes. But the Expos lose to the Yankees by a lot. 16-6. It's embarrassing. Big news is in the AL West there, Seattle leads the Mariners. Seattle is the Mariners. What the hell am I talking about? Seattle leads Oakland by half a game. 72-53. 72-54. 2 straight wins for the Mariners. And we will move to August 24th. It is August 24th, Monday in game. It was Friday, August 21st, so I had everybody fooled there. If you were reading that screen, you know what the days are, and then never mind. White Sox and Blue Jays today. Let's take a look. Yep, 6:05 start time, afternoon game. We will look at the White Sox and Blue Jays. White Sox and Blue Jays in first place in the American League Central and East, respectively. These two teams have been at the top of the American League for a while now. We'll go playoff history. I'm going to show you, if you're looking on the left side of your screen, this is half brag for me and half just, this is what it is. It's kind of amazing. First place in the league is up here, second place down here. Blue Jays and White Sox, 2053, 2052, 2051, although it flipped in 2051, 2050, 2049, 2048, 2047, 2046. Anybody getting tired of this yet? Not me. 2045. That is when it expanded. And that's when it expanded. So 2046 on. 8 straight seasons, looking like 9. Those two being the top 2 teams in the league. White Sox ranked number 2 in the American League to the Jays in runs scored. Jays have 670. White Sox 669. Runs against. White Sox in first place by 40 runs. They've given them 40 fewer runs than second place, which is the Mariners. The Jays, on the other hand, are in third, 458 runs allowed. So 2 of the top teams in any category in the American League. White Sox first in most offensive categories except runs, and the Jays second in all of those. So these are the top 2 offenses in the American League. Top 2 offenses in the American League, and top two of the top 3 pitching staffs in terms of runs against. White Sox, the number 1 defensive team in the league, depending on which metric you look at. The Jays number 2 or number 4. So these are a couple of very efficient teams, good on both sides of the ball. Should be a fun game. certainly be a fun game for me to call. I don't think anybody else cares, but maybe Nurse is still listening. Alright, we will start this thing up. And again, we're targeting 6 o'clock. Milwaukee out to an early lead against St. Louis. Marcos Vergara injury diagnosis not yet in hand for St. Louis in that game against Milwaukee. Getting close to game time here. Okay. Alright, so as usual, I will say, as I'm watching a White Sox game here, or calling a White Sox game, these are all set to AI. So it said play when I clicked on it, but these are set to AI. I'm not making decisions for the team. And we are in Rogers Center. White Sox and Jays, two first place teams in the American League. We watched two first place teams in the National League earlier. White Sox line up like this. Alfie Bungeldorf is at short, leading off. Joseph DeCepolo, just back from injury, hits second as the DH. Fred Saxton, the first baseman, hits third. Ruben Velasco Jr. is in left, cleaning up. Dieter Noops is the third baseman, hitting fifth. Bjorn Walterson in center field. Bubba Tierney at second base, bats seventh. Curtis Montgomery at catcher, batting eighth. And Bob Nahar in right field rounds out the lineup. For the home Jays, Donnie Burnside, his brother's injured, is playing center field, leading off. Michael Bird is the second baseman, hitting second. Dominic Hasek, the second in left field, hits third. McGuire Jones at third base, cleans up. Chris Grunwald, recent acquisition, is at first base, hitting fifth. Brock Van Gilder, the catcher. Jason Peck, the shortstop, hits seventh. Andy Swaim is the DH, hitting eighth. And John Hamm rounds it out in right field. Starting pitcher for the Jays is Gil Guzman, 19-year-old left-handed pitcher. He was drafted in 2052, already made his way to the major leagues. Features a very good fastball and a curveball and sinker that are outstanding as well. Baseball rat, he's the first one to leave the park, last one to leave. He's a rookie this season, 15th appearance. He's got a 3.66 ERA, 83 2/3 innings pitched, 66 strikeouts, 28 walks, and 9 home runs. Not a bad start for the 19-year-old lefty. We'll introduce Xenophon Valdez after the first inning is over. Gold gloves up the middle for the Jays. Brock Van Gilder at catcher, Jason Peck at shortstop, Michael Bird at second base, and Donnie Burnside in center field. One more gold glove to note. Dominic Hasek is out there in left field. So Guzman faces a leadoff man, Alfie Bungeldorf, for the White Sox. Bungeldorf hitting even 300 on the season, 13 home runs, 19 stolen bases. The 0-2 from Guzman is hit into right field on a line, but right at John Hamm, and that is out number one. Joseph DeCepolo hitting .330 on the season. Just 4 home runs in his time. He was injured back in early July. So he's been out for almost 2 months. Hit a home run in his return, or in the second game after his return yesterday. 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. He sat yesterday. He will face Gil Guzman. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Guzman gets him to chase. Sinker just below the knees. For out number 2, Fred Saxton hitting .309. Trade acquisition in spring training for the White Sox. He'll face Guzman. The first pitch is on the ground, right side, easy play for Chris Grunwald. The Sox go 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Zinovat Valdez is the pitcher for the White Sox. 32 years of age. Spent his entire career with the White Sox. 24th appearance of the season, the 3.47 ERA, 137 1/3 innings pitched, 109 strikeouts, and he is limiting walks at an elite level. Just 29 walks in those 137 innings, 17 home runs. Having himself another nice season. Of course, he'll probably walk everything today. And then now that I've said that, Donnie Burnside is his first assignment, the 0-1 to Burnside. On the ground, Alfie Bungeldorf, Gold Glove shortstop, ranges to his right and throws back across the diamond for out number 1. Bungeldorf is one of, if not the best shortstop in the file. Michael Bird now, the 0-1 pitch from Valdez. Is in the air left field. Ruben Velasco Jr. moves over and makes the catch. Round number 2. Dominic Hasek the second. 3-2 count from Valdez. Is outside ball 4. There we go. Called it. Runners at first with 2 outs. McGuire Jones stands in. The 1-1 from Valdez. Softly hit on the ground, right side, picked up by Saxton at first. 3 unassisted, and that will be out number 3. So nothing doing for either side in the first. Ruben Velasco Jr. steps in, hitting .293 to 28 home runs on the season. He is among the top 3 in the league in OPS at .941. Son of the legend, just 25 years old, is Ruben Velasco Jr. 0-1 pitch from Gil Guzman is hit into right center field, back at the track, and that is gone. Didn't look like it off the bat, but that got out of here. Number 29 for Velasco, 402 feet. And the White Sox up 1-0. First hit of the game is a home run. I don't know why it's not. Do I have to do Shift F10? Is that what I'm doing wrong? That's right. Yeah. That was a curveball. 69 miles an hour, and he just left it out over the plate. No doubter there, 103 miles an hour off of the bat. Velasco Jr.'s 29th bomb of the year. Makes it a 1-0 lead for the White Sox. Dieter Knoop stands in. He's hitting .285 on the season. Gold Glove third baseman. The 2-2 pitch from Guzman. Strike 3 looking. Right on the corner. Pitcher's pitch. Fastball on the black. For out number 1. Bjorn Walterson, center fielder. 3-1 pitch is on the ground sharply to second. Bird has it. Tosses to Grunwald, out number 2. Bubba Tierney hitting just .234 on the season. Backup second baseman. He is in for Shane Markham, getting a breather against the lefty. First pitch to Tierney. Softly hit left side. Easy play for Jason Peck, and that is out number 3. But Ruben Velasco Jr. gets the scoring started. It's 1-0 White Sox. Valdez to face Chris Grunwald. The 1-2 to Grunwald. Is softly hit. Little bloop into left field. Plenty of time for Velasco to move in and make catch out number 1. Brock Van Gilder. The 0-1 from Valdez. Popped it up on the infield. Charging is Saxton at first base. He's going to be called off by Tierney, though. That is out number 2. Jason Peck. The 3-1 from Valdez. Is low and outside ball. Second walk of the game. All I had to do was say it, and that is the second time he's walked somebody with 2 outs today. That's the best time to do it if you're going to, with nobody on. He has walked 2 batters in each of the last 2 games. So, okay, it's a regular occurrence, but we're only in the 2nd inning. Come on! Andy Swaim stands in. Peck at first. The 1-1 from Valdez is hit on a line, but right at Bubba Tierney. And that will do it for the 2nd inning. Top of the 3rd, Curtis Montgomery stands in. Curtis Montgomery hitting just .211, backup catcher. Spelling Eugenio Asano today. The 1-2 pitch. Swung and a miss. Strike 3. Guzman fans him. Guzman's 3rd strikeout already. Now Bob Nahar. Full count. Low pitch on the ground to short. Jason Peck has it, and that's out number 2. I got him to swing at ball 4 there. Back around to the top of the order. Bungeldorf to face Gil Guzman. The 3-1 pitch is low. That'll be ball 4. Speedy Bungeldorf, with 19 stolen bases on the season, stands at first. DeCepolo in the batter's box, a 3-0. That is inside ball 4. And that brings the dangerous Fred Saxton to the plate. First and second, 2 outs. Full count to Saxton. That's in the dirt. So 3 straight walks with 2 outs. Loads the bases for Ruben Velasco Jr. Last time he was up, he hit the ball 402 feet into right center field. We'll go pitch by pitch here, see what happens this time. Opportunity early. 3 straight walks by Guzman. The first pitch to Velasco is inside, ball 1. Fastball off the plate. The 1-0 is low, ball 2, curveball. Very carefully looking not to give Velasco too much. The 2-0 pitch to Velasco is hit on the ground left side. This should be handleable, and it is. So Guzman puts himself in some trouble, but induces the ground ball. Goes 6-4 on the fielder's choice. 3 walks, no runs for the White Sox in the 3rd. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Valdez out there again. He's thrown 27 pitches through 2. He'll face John Hamm. The 1-2 from Valdez. Swung on a miss. Well, he checked on it. Tried to check on it, went around, and that is strike 3. Valdez's first strikeout of the day. Back to the top of the order, Donnie Burnside, the 3-1 from Valdez. Is low, ball 4, his 3rd walk of the game. He has not walked more than 3 in a game this season. So all I really had to do was say it. And it would come true. It's incredible. Michael Bird with 1 out. The 1-1 the pitch is golfed into right field. Coming over near the line is Nahar to make the play for out number 2. That one was out of the zone, a sinker. Got a bat on it, but couldn't do much with it. Dominic Hasek the 2nd now, the 2-0. Hits him. No, does not hit him. Montgomery keeps it in front of him. Keeps the runner at first, but that's a 3-0 count now. The pitch. That's going to be ball 4. That's a 4th walk. God bless America. Like, how did I do that? All I had to do was say he doesn't walk guys. He's walked 4. He has not walked 4 in a game all season. And he's done it in the first 3 innings here. He's got McGuire Jones at the plate. Now the 1-1 pitch on the ground, left side. Noops to his left. Fires a second where Tierney is waiting. That is out number 3. No hits for Toronto through 3. Dieter Noop stands in against Guzman. First pitch to the third baseman is hit on a line into center field. That's a base hit. Will be collected by Burnside and returned to the infield. Leadoff man aboard. Noops has 20 stolen bases to lead the team this season. Bjorn Walterson stands in. The 0-1 pitch is low. Noops going, and he will be in there with his 21st stolen base of the season. Walterson now looking at a man on second. The 2-1 pitch is on the ground right side. That'll move the runner over. Handled by Grunwald for out number 1. So man at third with with 1 out. Bubba Tierney. Chance to make some contact and get a run in. The 1-1 is hit directly just past the shortstop. Jason Peck couldn't make the play. That's a RBI single for Bubba Tierney. And the White Sox lead it 2-0. Tierney stands at first. Curtis Montgomery at the plate. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. His second strikeout of the day. Guzman, 2 of his 4 strikeouts are Curtis Montgomery. Bob Nahar with 2 outs. Tierney at first, the 3-0. Checks it up and will take ball 4. So Guzman has 4 walks. They've all come with 2 outs. 3 of them with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd inning. Didn't hurt him. He's just walked Bob Nahar, which moves Tierney to second. Alfie Bungledorf, the leadoff man, is at the plate. Going to try to make Guzman pay. The 1-0 pitch is hit in the air right field. Hangs up there. Plenty of time for John Hamm to get over. White Sox get another run. They lead it 2-0. Bottom of the 4th inning, Jays still looking for their first hit. Chris Grunwald stands in, the 0-2 from Valvis. That ball is hit hard into right center field, but going back on it and making the catch is Bjorn Walterson. No gold gloves to Bjorn Walterson's name, but an outstanding center fielder, even in his 30s. Brock Van Gilder, 3-2 pitch from Valvis. Swung on a miss. Strike 3, second strikeout of the day for Valvis. Jason Peck now, 7-hitter and shortstop. The 0-1 pitch from Valvis is hit in the air into center field. Charging, pulling up, and making the catch is Bjorn Walterson. 1-2-3 in the 4th. Go Toronto. Top of the 5th inning, Guzman has thrown 73 pitches. He will start this inning off against Joseph DeCepolo. The 2-2 pitch to DeCepolo is swung and a miss. Nice pitch. Struck him out with a sinker right at the knees. Second strikeout of Joseph DeCepolo today for Gil Guzman. Gotta like that. Fred Saxton is in now. He is 0-1 with a walk. First pitch. Ripped on the ground to third. Knocked down by Jones. And it's going to be called an error, but that was a rocket. Saxton's at first safely. That ball came off the bat at 97.5 miles an hour. 4-star difficulty for for Jones, moving to his left, but he's going to get the error. Tough call from the home scorer. Saxton stands at first. Ruben Velasco Jr., 1 for 2 with a solo shot in this game. A 1-0 to him is on the ground to short. Easy 6-4-3 double play. Velasco took a swing at a bad one to end the top of the 5th inning. Yeah, that was a curveball down by his shoes. Guzman got him all kinds of faked out. Bottom of the 5th, Toronto still looking for that first hit. Andy Swaim will try it out against Valvis, the 1-0. Popped up right in front of home plate. Charging and making the call is Alfie Bungledorf for out number 1. John Hamm, 1-2 pitch from Valvis. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Third strikeout of the day. Donnie Burnside, top of the order now. The 1-0. That is hit on the line into the gap in right center field. That will end the no-hitter. Collecting it on the bounce off the wall is Bjorn Walterson. Heading for third is Burnside, and he is going to be in there safely ahead of the throw. Burnside with some legendary speed. It's all the way around with the two-out triple. First hit of the game for the Jays, and he is 90 feet away from being the first run of the game for the Jays. Michael Bird standing in now. The 1-2 from Valdez. Hit on the ground right side. Bubba Tierney charges. Throws the first, and that will do it. So the Jays get a hit on the board, but nothing more. Still 2-0 White Sox. Gil Guzman will face Dieter Noops, 1 for 2 today. The 2-2 pitch to Noops. Swung on and missed. Guzman's 6th strikeout of the game. Second time he's got Noops on strikes. 6 strikeouts have come against 3 batters. DeCepolo, Noops, and Montgomery. Bjorn Walterson is 0 for 2. The 2-1 pitch from Guzman is hit a bloop single over first baseman's head and into right field. That'll be a base hit. 100th hit of the season for Walterson, says the live play-by-play. Bubba Tierney will follow that up. Walterson has speed. The 0-1 to Tierney is hit well into right field. That is back at the track, at the wall. It's gone over the outstretched hand of John Hamm and into the bullpen in right field. Just a 5th home run of the season for Bubba Tierney. It's 361 feet. The White Sox lead it 4-0. Wasn't quite sure about that one. 95 miles an hour off. The bat had just enough of a launch angle at 38 degrees to get over that wall. It was a 94 mile per hour fastball. Not a terrible location, but right in his wheelhouse, and he did not miss it. Second home run given up today by Gil Guzman. Tierney's 2nd hit and his 3rd RBI. So having a day is Bubba Tierney. Curtis Montgomery now with 1 out, 2-2 pitch. He's struck out twice already. Will not strike out this time, but he hits it softly on the ground. It's short. Jason Peck takes care of him for out number 3. Bob Nahar stands in with 2 outs, 2-2 pitch. That is hit well into right center field, but getting back on it is the speedy Donnie Burnside, and he gloves it without drama. Sox get 2 in the top of the 6th, though it is 4-0. Bottom of the 6th, Valdez still out there. He's thrown 74 pitches through 5. He'll face Dominic Hasek the 2nd, the 1-2 pitch to Hasek. On the ground left side. Bungeldorf, as he does so often, gobbles it up. Throws the first for out number 1. McGuire Jones. The 1-1 pitch from Valdez is hit bloop single into left field just over the head of Dieter Noops. Collected by Ruben Velasco. He sends it back in. 2nd hit of the day for Toronto. Jones stands at first. Chris Grunwald in the batter's box now. First pitch to Grunwald. That is not a good throw, but in the dirt. Montgomery blocks it. Runner won't go anywhere. 2-2 pitch now. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Valdez's changeup gets by him. And that's going to do it for Xenophon Valdez. He had thrown 88 pitches, 5 2/3, 2 hits, no runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. John Glenn is who he gives way to. 32-year-old right-hander. He's been up with the big league, or with the big club, for now 23 appearances. Not great numbers on the surface. 5.57 ERA, 32 1/3 innings pitched, 32 strikeouts. But 11 walks and 5 home runs. Batting average on balls in play, a little bit inflated, 309. Actually, not that inflated. That's pretty much where he sits. So, sort of a mixed bag. The peripherals aren't bad, but the ERA is. He will start with Brock Van Gilder. McGuire Jones at first. 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. It is in there. Strike 3 looking. So the Jays have base runner, but nothing doing in the 6th. Top of the 7th inning. There will also be a pitching change for Toronto. Gil Guzman is done after 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs on 5 hits and 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, but the 2 home runs killed him. A solo shot to Ruben Velasco in the 1st, and a Bubba Tierney 2-run shot in the 6th. So that are the big hurts, so to speak, for the White Sox on Gil Guzman. Edward Saunders will enter the game for the Jays. His 14th relief appearance of the season. 4.09 ERA on the season. 101 innings pitched, 88 strikeouts, 29 walks, and 12 home runs. As a reliever, his ERA in 11 appearances, or in 10 appearances to this point, is 4.0, pretty much the same as his performance as a starter. He'll get the top of the order. Bungeldorf is 0 for 2 with a walk today. The 2-2 from Saunders is hit softly past the mound. Charging at second is Michael Burton. He gets it to first on timeout number 1. Joseph DiCepolo, 0 for 2 today. The 3-1 is low, ball 4. DiCepolo takes first, his 2nd walk of the day. 40-year-old or not, DiCepolo can still steal. Fred Saxton, the 0-1 pitch is hit on the ground. This could be, should be, will be a 6-4-3 double play. Peck, Bird, Grunwald. And that is 2 outs. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, Larry Tuckford is in the game. He really should not be. God damn it. So he's coming back from injury here. And apparently I did not slot him into a starter's role. Which is kind of stupid. He started the 2nd game of the sim and has now been in relief a couple of times. That's not great. I don't like that, but gotta watch it now. 1-2 pitch from Tuckford, who should be starting. Hopefully doesn't get injured this way. Strikes him out. 1 down. Andy Swain. Full count. Hit on a line. That is going to split the right fielder and center fielder. Walterson collects it off of the wall. And Swain is in there.
Developments has just raided the stream with 262 views. Thank you for the support, OOT Developments. Welcome in, Raiders.
Raiders, welcome in. Doctor, thank you for the raid. Hope the stream went well tonight. Oh, Monday Night Baseball. Happy to have everybody. Welcome in. Again, appreciate the raid. We are looking at August 24th, 2054, a battle of first place teams, White Sox and Jays. First place in their respective divisions. So far, the difference is a couple of home runs for the White Sox in the first. Ruben Velasco Jr. with a 400-foot solo shot. Bubba Tierney, RBI single in the 4th, and a 2-run home run in the 6th. Give the White Sox a 4-0 edge right now. That's what we're looking at this moment. So welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Bottom of the 7th inning. Larry Tuckford faces John Hamm, the right fielder. Swaim at second. First pitch from Tuckford is hit into center field. Bjorn Walterson floats over to his right and makes the grab for out number 2. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for all of our streamers and everybody who's here before, we'll do another raffle. 25,000 booster points. If you're not familiar with us, we are Major League Managers MLM online league. We've been playing since 2016 in game and in real life. In game, like I mentioned a minute ago, it's 2054. The booster points are for boosting players. You are type exclamation point join and get on the raffle to win some booster points and perhaps boost some players. So Tuckford will face Donnie Burnside now, the 0-2 count. That one hit right back up the middle. That's a base hit. Swayman's going to round third and come home. The throw goes there, but he will be in safely, and the Jays are on the board. Burnside is going to take second on the throw. And Tuckford, who I mentioned just before the raid, is in relief by accident. I'm gonna have to fire my assistant manager, who does not exist, because he's a starter, just came back from injury, so I put him on the active roster. I've been using 7-day lineups, so I slotted him into the 7-day lineup as a starter on day 2, which is not called 7-day lineups anymore, the daily lineups. And did not give him a role as a starting pitcher, which now has him in the bullpen, and the AI is like, yes, please. He's our best reliever. I'm going to put him in there for as many pitches as I can. Anyways, Donnie Burnside standing at second base. Michael Bird. Full count from Tuckford. Ball 4 just off the outside corner. Tying run's going to come to the plate here in the manly form of Dominic Hasek the second. Throwing all knuckleballs, by the way. That one missed outside. First and second, 2 outs. The 1-0 to Hasek. Ripped to third. Noops has it, covering as he should be is Tierney. And LT avoids disaster. Top of the 8th inning, Edward Saunders still out there. Ruben Velasco Jr., he of the 2nd inning 400-foot solo shot, stands in. Exclamation point join to get on that raffle. Saunders' first pitch to Velasco is on the ground, sharply hit, but played by Jason Peck for out number 1. Dieter Noops stands in, 1 for 3 on the day. A couple of strikeouts. The 1-0 pitch from Saunders also hit on the ground sharply to the left side. This one is handled by McGuire Jones. Moving to his left in the hole. Razor FMG, welcome in. 2 outs. Bjorn Walterson stands in. The 1-1. That is hit well into center field. Coming on to make a sliding catch is Donnie Burnside, robbing his counterpart of a 2-out single. Bottom of the 8th inning. Thank God Buckford is out. James Reynolds comes in. Reynolds, 26-year-old left-handed reliever for the White Sox. This is his 47th appearance. He's got 19 saves. One of the 2 closers on this roster. 3.20 ERA in 45 innings pitched. He struck out 37, walked 16, and allowed just 3 home runs. That is how he does things. Generally wants to avoid the walk a little bit more than he has this season, and historically has done that. But limiting the home run is his strength. McGuire Jones will lead it off in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-0 pitch from Reynolds. The Jays looking to get something started here against the White Sox bullpen. That is in on his hands, but he's going to fight it out over the head of Dieter Noops into left field for a leadoff single. Bum Mahoney, welcome in. McGuire Jones stands at first with nobody out. Chris Grunwald at the dish. The 1-2 from Reynolds. Swung on and missed. Blew that one right by Chris Grunwald's power. Fastball at 102. Oof, dug deep for that one. Brock Van Gilder now with one out. Full count. Pitch from Reynolds. Hit in the air to right field. Going back and to his right is the right fielder, Bob Nahar. Gets there on time, makes the catch right in front of the warning track. That is out number 2. Mike Harkins into the game for the Jays. He's pinch hitting for Jason Peck. So Mike Harkins comes in. Slight preference for lefties. Jason Peck, not so much. So an understandable change. Reynolds will throw the full count payoff pitch to Harkins. Fly ball into center. Relatively deep, but a can of corn for Bjorn Walterson, and that ends the 8th inning. Top of the 9th, Edward Saunders will face Bubba Tierney. So far the hero of the game. 2 for 3 with a 2-run home run and an RBI single. He is the difference so far. The 1-2 pitch from Saunders. Swung and a miss. Strike 3. What a bum. Curtis Montgomery, the catcher now, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Full count to him. Is hit on the line into right field. That will drop for his first base hit. It's cut off near the line by John Hamm and returned to the infield. 1-out single for Curtis Montgomery, who is not a threat to steal second. In fact, he's not a threat to make it to second on a double, should Bob Nahar hit one into the gap, which is to say he's very slow. Raffles still active! Exclamation point! Join gets you 25, or gets you a shot at 25,000 booster points. Right fielder Bob Nahar 0 for 2 on the day. He's walked once. 2-2 pitch from Saunders is hit well into center field, but coming on and making the play is Donnie Burnside. Not every center fielder gets in on that ball, but Donnie Burnside is the best. So that gives us 2 outs in the 9th. Bungeldorf stands in against Edward Saunders with Curtis Montgomery at first base. The 1-2 pitch to Bungeldorf is hit softly right in front of the mound, a bouncing ball. Gloved by Saunders, and he gets it to first just in time to cut down Bungeldorf. We will go to the 9th. The other closer for the White Sox will come in, Robbie Delgado. Robbie Delgado, 32-year-old right-handed reliever, was a starter last year for Pittsburgh. In 44 appearances this season with the White Sox, he has 20 saves, a 1.35 ERA. In 60 innings pitched, 46 strikeouts, 16 walks, and 5 home runs. So, sensing a theme with the White Sox, a lot of ground ball pitchers in their ranks. Andy Swaim will get this 9th inning started. Toronto needs 3 runs to tie it up. Full count. And the payoff pitch from Delgado. Swung on and missed. Strikeout. Delgado got him to chase that 94-mile-per-hour fastball just below the knees. Couldn't catch up to it. John Hamm stands in the 9-hitter. 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts. 1-1 pitch from Delgado. On the ground to short. Gold Glover. Alfie Bungeldorf picks it up, gets to first. And the Jays are 1 bullet away from defeat. Donnie Burnside at the top of the order. Going to try to keep things going against Delgado. The 1-2 from Delgado. In there, strike 3 looking, and the White Sox win the battle of first place teams in the American League 4-1. Final box score looks like this. White Sox 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. Jays 1 run on 5 hits and 1 error. Winner is going to be Xenophon Valdez. Loser will be Gil Guzman, the 19-year-old starting pitcher for Toronto. Fingers crossed this won't be the last time these two teams see each other. Well, it definitely won't be the last time they see each other. Fingers crossed it won't be the last time we see them playing in play-by-play like this season. Hoping for a matchup in the playoffs. Get their White Sox moved to 90-35. Jays dropped to 86-41. Player of the day is Xenophon Valdez, who Bubba Tierney snuffed. Or snubbed. Snuffed? Snuffed would be something different. He's still alive. But snubbed, perhaps, for player of the day. Xenophon Valdez, worthy, though. 5 2/3, 2 hits, no runs. The four walks is the question mark for me. I mean, if you've got Bubba Tierney going 2 for 4 with a 2-run home run and an RBI single, and that is the difference in the game. Those 2 RBI hits, then I would have gone with him. But I don't make this up. I just report on it. Xenophon Valdez is your player of the day. Guzman really didn't pitch that poorly. Six. I mean, he did because he gave up the 2 home runs. But those are the marks that really hurt him. 5 hits across 6 innings, and 2 of them were home runs. That's gonna hurt you. Edward Saunders pitched well in 3 innings, just 1 hit, 1 walk, and nothing else to hold the White Sox where they were. But the bats just could not get going. All right. Couple of fun games today. We'll continue with the real-time sim. As we were doing. Nate Crow. Nate Crow had a game. Mets starter went 6 1/3, gave just 1 hit, no runs, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. He is your player of the day in all of baseball. A 3-2 win over Washington for the Mets. Nate Crow, 30-year-old left-handed starting pitcher. Came over from St. Louis in 2051, free agency. Having a nice season. 34 appearances, 13 starts for the Mets. 3.64 ERA, 99 innings, 90 strikeouts, just 30 walks, 14 home runs. Solid contributor for the Mets. Good day today. Edwin Espinal, Tigers, went 7 1/3, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. And the win. So Tigers beat Cincinnati 5-3. Espinal, 31 years old, right-handed starting pitcher. Ground ball guy. 24th start of the season. His ERA sits at 4.51. Born leader. Kale Zerpoli of the Braves rounds out the top 3 performers. 3 for 4 with a double and a home run. 3 times he scored in that 8-1 win against Pittsburgh. 33-year-old center fielder. Got a great glove. Great job putting bat to ball. Only thing he doesn't have really is power and speed. So not a 5-tool player, but the tools he has are well developed. This season he's hitting 312, 360, on base 367, slugging 450, which he hasn't done since 2051. His OPS at 817. Those are your top 3 of the day. Standings look like this. Jays have lost 3 in a row. They still lead the AL East by 14. White Sox magic number at 4 now. Conceivable that we could see a division championship, but still unlikely before the end of this sim. It is Monday, we're headed for Friday. So we've got 3 more days of games to get those 4 White Sox wins or Twins / Royals losses. Twins and Royals now tied at 57 and 69 for second place in the Central. Not threatening for the wild card at this moment. Oakland has retaken the lead in the AL West by defeating the Mariners. Braves have opened up a 4-game lead on the Nats, taking back control of their division. Brewers still lead the Cubs by 9.5, and the Diamondbacks are a half game ahead of the Rocks. All right, we move to August 25th. Full slate of games. Let's do it. Evan Almighty wins the booster point raffle. We'll do one more right now. Right now. 25,000 booster points, exclamation point join gets you in. Let that run for a second. I'll be right back. Back. What do we got going on here? White Sox beating the Jays again. Lovely. Yankees beating, oh, not for long maybe. Jays putting up runs in the 6th. David Price Jr. 2-run home run for Boston. Jays do take the lead back. Shouldn't have said anything. And they win that game. Jerks. Jerks! Big win for Baltimore with Kansas City. 13-1. Yikers. Uncle Wacko with the loss. Rob's in, Jimmy's in, Evan's in. Exclamation point join to get in on that 25,000 booster point raffle. 12th inning in the Bronx, 6-5. Montreal takes the lead. And that's a final. Performers of the day are all offensive players from the Baltimore Orioles in a 13-1 rout of the Royals. First one's Chris Cooper. He went 3 for 4 with 2 home runs, 4 batted in. Matt Bellegarde went 3 for 5 with 2 home runs, 3 batted in. And Jose Balderrama goes 3 for 4 with a double and a home run. In an absolute blitzing of Kansas City. They scored 6 in the first, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and added 2 in the eighth. 17 hits for the Orioles. Orioles are a playoff team right now. They are 6 games ahead of the Red Sox for the 3rd wild card spot. Looking like we'll have 2 wild card teams out of the AL East. The next closest non-AL East team is the Astros, 11 games back. Seattle is taking control in the AL West again, by a half a game. Five straight wins for the Twins. We're going to need to extend that winning streak to challenge for a playoff spot at this point. White Sox win, White Sox lose, Twins win. So magic number for the Sox stays at 4 games. Getting increasingly likely that we'll have to wait until Thursday to see the White Sox clinch. Move to the 26th. Second to last day of games here. Short slate. Let's do it. Minnesota Detroit underway. Phil McCracken. 2-run home run for the Twins. They lead Detroit 4-1. Joel Martino and Marshall Dahl solo home runs. Twins beat Tigers 6-1. Kevin McCormick Jr. 2 home runs in the game for the Rockies. They lead the Dodgers 4-0. Nick Ogle also 2 home runs in that game. Ole Strauss hits a home run. Colorado hitting lots of home runs against the Dodgers. Jays leading the White Sox 3-0. They suck. Hate them. Eleventh inning in Cincinnati, Milwaukee, and Cincinnati tied at 6. When it ends the 13th, Cincinnati's Ryan Crawford walks it off. Kevin McCormick Jr., the Rockies, I mentioned his name just a second ago. 3 for 4 with 2 home runs, both of them solo shots. Is your player of the day, McCormick, the lefty, 31 years old. Crawford is a pitcher. All right, we'll have to look at that. That's gonna be fun. Kevin McCormick Jr. Hate him. Had a good day today, though. 2 home runs. A couple of solo shots in the 7-6 win against the Dodgers. I don't hate him. He's just slow. Who farted? Hoof-hearted of the Jays goes 8 innings against the White Sox. 5 hits, 1 run, no walks. 6 strikeouts and beats the White Sox 3-1, even though we're better than him and his English queen, king, whatever. Who knows in 2054. 27 starts this season, 3.10 ERA, 188 and 2/3, 40 walks, 162 strikeouts. This is a Cy Young Award winner right there. Hate him. Mike Berzins of the Rangers, 4 for 6 with a double and a home run. 2 knocked in. Burzins. This is a name I didn't know. 26-year-old left fielder for the Rangers. Second year at the major league level. He was with Minnesota, claimed on waivers earlier this season. Did pretty well for the Rangers. 281, 371 on base, 404 slugging, 775 OPS. Don't expect that out of the scouting report, but nice season for him. All right, let's take a look at this. Whatever happened in Cincinnati. 13 innings. No highlight reel. That's too bad. 13 innings. Yeah, Ryan Crawford's. Oh, this is amazing. Ryan Crawford is a starting pitcher. Who joined the major league roster not long ago. A rookie. Rookie starting pitcher. I mean, he has a better bat than most pitchers. Okay, this is at the top of the screen. He's got a bat. It's not a major league bat. But, I mean, can he play center field? He doesn't even... Why is he going to center field? Doesn't make any sense. Fabio Interlenghi pinch hits for Billy Booz in the 8th. And hits a home run, his first of the season. Who is this guy? Second baseman, he's got power. Right? He's a home run hitter. That's what he does. Hits a home run, his first. Is that his first career home run? It is. That's his first career major league home run. Fabio hits his first career major league home run in a pinch hitting role. In the 9th, for whatever reason. Okay, so Interlenghi is not an outfielder, but he's got some credentials. Like, he can play the outfield. Can play the outfield. This is hysterical. Diabolical plans. This is hysterical. Did he get injured? No. This doesn't make any sense. So Interlenghi comes in as a pinch hitter. They don't even wait. 9th inning, they bring starting pitcher Ryan Crawford out here, whose ratings in the outfield are 49. Okay, so he can play the outfield. It's not completely out of the question, but he's clearly not as good of a bat. He didn't pitch, did he? No. Immediately say, Interlenghi, thank you for the home run. Go sit down. We're going to bring in Ryan Crawford. And then we're going to play. This is in the 8th inning, by the way. Go to the game log. I know you're not going to be able to read this, but I'll read it to you. In the 8th inning, bottom of the 8th, after Victor Acuna has already hit a home run, it was just 333 feet, by the way. What the hell? He goes back-to-back with Fabio Interlenghi. Ryan Crawford immediately comes in, replaces Interlenghi, who had just replaced the center fielder Billy Booz. Crawford moves to right field. Bill Murray goes to center field. So Ryan Crawford was a defensive substitution in a tie game in the 9th. Okay. Then we play in the top of the 9th. We proceed to play 4 scoreless innings. And in the 13th inning, this is Crawford's second at bat, by the way. Let's see where his first one is. In the 10th. Yeah, Ryan Crawford. Strike. Thanks, Vic. Thank you, Vic. Bottom of the 10th inning. Ryan Crawford, strike, ball, fly out. He flies out. And then Ryan Crawford leads off the bottom of the 13th. I'm not going to do the analysis on what was left on the Cincinnati bench, but Ryan Crawford, the starting pitcher, the rookie starting pitcher, in his 14th plate appearance, gets his third hit, and it is a solo home run to walk it off for Cincinnati. Came off his bat at 107 miles an hour and went 393 feet. I really wish I had the. I wish we had the highlight, the actual video of that. That's fantastic. Thanks for pointing that out, Jimmy. That was fun. Seattle back in first place. Otherwise, Rockies back in first place. They've won 4 in a row. Diamondbacks lost 1. Incredible. All right. We move to the 27th. Last day of games, mercifully. For most of you, I assume. White Sox up early on the Royals, beating up on teams they actually can beat, which is teams from anywhere but the AL East, I guess. Oh, God. Yeesh, almost gave it up. I gotta stop talking. 5-4 win over the Royals in 11. Minnesota beats Detroit 2-1. Minnesota's hot. Arizona beats Houston 5-1. Gabe Stokes, 6 no-hit innings. Doesn't complete it, but Rockies do win 7-0. Seth Mitzkowski, 4 hits in the game for Philly. Donnie Burnside, who sucks, 4 hits in the game for Toronto. They are beating the crap. Yeah, 13-8 win over Baltimore. Roy Steigerwald, 10-4 in the 10-4 win for the Mets over the Yankees. That's 4 hits. Donnie Burnside 5 hits in that game. Henrik Berg 5 no-hit innings for the Dodgers, but they end up losing 4-3 to the Cubs. Seattle wins again, 6-2. Oakland lost. First place Mariners. Kerry Horncall 2-run home run for the Cubs. Donnie Burnside is your player of the day despite sucking. He went 5 for 6, 3 batted in, 3 scores. 29-year-old center fielder for the Jays. Gold Glove, All-Star, Platinum Stick. Did all of that last year. Had another real nice season. Hitting 290, on base 354, slugging 366, and he is the best center fielder in the league, I believe. 18.2 zone rating. 1.086 defensive efficiency. Good stuff. Seth Miskowski of the Phillies, 4-for-4 with a double and a home run. 5-2 win against the Nats. 21-year-old third baseman. Heck of a nice prospect. 4.9 wins above replacement so far this year in his rookie season. 307, 348, 553. Haven't looked at the I haven't looked at this at the rookies, at all the rookies, but this line looks like a rookie of the year contender to me. Seth Michalski. Gabe Stokes, not a rookie. 6 1/3, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts in the win against San Francisco. 30-year-old right-hander, nicknamed Hard Rock. 27th appearance of this season, 4.55 ERA. Quietly, a very solid contributor over time. Been with Colorado for a while, won World Series with him in 2052. All right, this is what the standings will look like when you download the file. Jays still in first place in the East, 14.5 game lead. White Sox still in first place in the Central. Magic number is 3. They're 91 and 37. Mariners have taken a 1.5 game lead over the Athletics in the AL West. The young Mariners, not entirely young, they've got some veterans on that team, but the up-and-coming Mariners, fresh out of a rebuild. Braves now lead the AL East by 5, 6 straight wins. They are asserting themselves. Defending champs. Brewers up 10 on the Cubs. And the Rockies half game ahead of the Diamondbacks behind 5 straight wins. So we will move to Friday, August 28th. That is the last day of this. That's our landing spot for this sim. Okay. We'll give it one more save here. And then I will let you know that we are going to be back on Thursday morning like normal, with another 7-day sim, getting closer to the end of the season. We've got 2 months. We've got a month and a half, 2 months. When's the season end? So basically a month, right? 'Cause first part of October, yeah. So a little more than a month left in this season. We will get some screenshots and get out of your hair. Atlanta, they can control in the power rankings. White Sox dropped to 3rd. Burnside belts bunch of base hits. Incredible alliteration. As it says on the screen there, game day is now... No, it's not. Game date's now August 28th. 2054. Squeaky, squeaky. Okay. So we are a 7-day sim today. 8 days for reports, and we we are uploading. So we will send you over. Nobody doesn't look like any of the affiliates are still on, so we'll send you to Reddit League Baseball. Why not? Like I said, we'll be back on Thursday. Inertia will be there for you at 7 a.m. Eastern time, or 8 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday, like always. Come back to some more drops. Have a good rest of your night, and talk to you later.